family. It's Roxy, Kyler, and Eli, and we are excited to be with you today. We are going to continue with our Faces of Easter Lenten series. So the color is purple for royalty, and we know that this is a serious time, an important time, as we prepare our hearts. The first story that we learned about was Jesus' birth and growth with his father Joseph and mother Mary. The second story that we remembered about Jesus' life was when the baby grew older and he became a boy. And he went to the holy city with his father and his mother and some other people that were from Nazareth. But as they were all getting ready to leave, they realized that Jesus wasn't with them. Jesus was found in the temple with the rabbis. And when Mary asked, "Why did you do this, Jesus?" Jesus said, "Didn't you know that I would be in my Father's house?" Remember that Jesus was learning from the rabbis and listening to learning more, but also teaching the rabbis, talking to the rabbis. Today we remember Jesus' baptism and blessing. Jesus grew and became a man. When he was about 30 years old, he went to the Jordan River where his cousin John was baptizing people. Do you see John? Yeah, you can just see the back of his head. He was a wild man. Jesus waded into the river until he was face to face with John. And Jesus said, "Baptize me." "What?" John said, "How can I baptize you? You are the Messiah, the one that we have been waiting for." No, Jesus, you baptize me." Jesus said, "No, it is written that you will baptize me, that you will come before me and prepare the way. Baptize me, John." Jesus went down into the darkness and the chaos of the water. When John lifted him back up into the light, there were people who said that they saw a dove come down from heaven and come so close to him. Some people said that they even heard a voice. The voice said, "This is my beloved, with whom I am well pleased." After Jesus was baptized, he went across the Jordan River and into the wilderness. He stayed there for 40 days and 40 nights to learn more about who he was and what his work was going to be. Went into the wilderness. That's the story that we often hear at the beginning of Lent. If you remember from that first Sunday, Pastor Tim preached on that scripture verse. And then right after he gets baptized and he goes into the wilderness for 40 days and 40 nights, which is where what we observe during Lent is that length of time of fasting, of prayer. And while Jesus is in the wilderness, Jesus is tempted. We remember on this day, Jesus' wilderness discovery experience. Jesus went into the wilderness to discover more about who he was and what work he was going to be doing. He was there for 40 days and 40 nights. There was little to eat or to drink. One day he heard a voice. It said, "Why don't you turn one of those stones over there into bread and have something to eat?" Jesus said, "No. To be a real human being, we need more than just bread to eat." Suddenly, it was as if Jesus was on top of the great temple in Jerusalem. The voice came back. "If you are really the Son of God, why don't you jump and see if God sends an angel to catch you before you hit the stones below?" Jesus said, "No, we do not need to test God." Then it was as if Jesus could see all the kingdoms of the world. The voice came back. "If you will follow me, I will make you king over all these kingdoms." Jesus said, "No, I am to be king, but not that kind of king." Then the voice went away. Jesus went back across the Jordan and began to do his work. But what was his work? It's interesting. We'll continue that story and the story of Jesus's life throughout the rest of Lent. We also have a fun story next week about St. Patrick, because it is around St. Patrick's Day, and we want to know, why do we celebrate this holiday? Who was St. Patrick? So that will be next week's story. We'll take a little break from Jesus's life to observe that Sunday. We would love for you all to go on your wilderness journey walk today. We'll show you what our journey the other day allowed us to find. All of these precious little stones and bricks and shells that we found on our walk that just reminded us how much God is creative and beautiful and put so much thought into the small little things in our creation. And we collected those, and we'll put them into our wilderness journey kits. And just as a reminder, if you would like to do one and join us in our journey this Lent, just have your parents email me. Also, if you would like to sing songs for Palm Sunday and for Easter Sunday, have your parents email me, and we can set up a time with Mr. Troy to record you all in church on the stage singing. So we hope that you have a great Sunday, and stay tuned for just a reminder of how to use the Wilderness Journey Kit. Thanks.
Bye.